What's up, fam? Welcome back to the Steep Stuff Podcast. I'm your host, James Lariello, bringing you an episode today with none other than Miss Lauren Gregory. Caught up with Lauren about a week removed from her second place finish at the 2025 U.S. Mountain Running Championship at the Sunapee Scramble. We chatted all things about the race, kind of how the race unfolded for her, kind of strategy going in and during the race, and just the excitement and what it means and feels like to make another Team USA. So hope you guys enjoy this one. It's always a fun conversation catching up with Lauren. Without further ado, Lauren Gregory. Lauren Gregory, welcome back to the Steep Stuff Podcast. How's it going?
Yeah, it's going well. Thanks for having me again.
I know. I feel like we just chatted, but we're chatting again. We got to talk about your amazing performance at Sunapee this past weekend. Congratulations on making it to another Worlds team. It's got to be very exciting.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely super exciting and relieving at the same time. Yeah, because any qualifier, it felt like a prelim or something in track where you're more nervous for that than the actual final. So now it's just like the scary part's done, and now you just get to like set yourself up for the best day at Worlds.
Absolutely. I know, it's so crazy. Like lock in, you're locked in for another team. You're going, it's got to be, I know we were talking a little bit before the, things got rolling, but I guess like excitement, but also just happy to get it off your back, right? It's done. It's over with, right?
Yeah, yeah. You kind of like you you get your ticket and you're in, but the goal is to get the ticket. Yeah, so it's definitely relieving. And for me, that was first trail race of the year. So it was first race post injury. So it's kind of also like,
Yeah.
where the heck am I at right now? So at least it's nice to go off with some idea, to keep building from there.
Speaking of ticket, did you get that thing on the plane? Like, what'd you do with it?
I think I just left mine in the grass.
Did you really?
I don't definitely did not take that home. Maybe I love the idea and the concept, but I'm also one of those people that packs the most in as little like space as possible. Like shoes are tighter on the backpack, and so yeah, there's no way. Like there was not an extra inch in any of my bags, so or like
That's
either
so funny.
backpack or bag. So no, I didn't take it.
I feel like I would have put that thing on my wall. That thing's sweet. But I guess, like, I don't know. A lot of people leave the golden tickets too. They just kind of are like, whatever about them. So I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like the golden ticket has some clout around it. I think this is the first year I've seen like this US champs ticket. So maybe I wasn't treating it like it was as cool, which maybe I should have, but I think maybe Nancy or Paul has it at their house now.
That's
Who
true. That's true. I'm sure one of them has it. Um,
knows?
let's talk about the race a little bit. This was an interesting dynamic. Like we talked about before, it was a lot of racing from the gun, like being hunted and hunting. Obviously, you guys were all in the hunt. It seemed like Allie, just as particular, like as the way Allie races, she's very aggressive, took it out. And it seemed like everybody, like you and Anna were like fighting to close that gap for the longest time. How did it play out for you? When were the most moves made? Maybe in the second lap, and maybe talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I think the shifting among the top three made it fun. And of course, like you never know how far back four is. So in my head at one point, I'm like, okay, well, this is going to be the team. Like this is set. But at the other, like 2 seconds later in my brain, I'm like, you can never get too comfortable. Like you never know when you're going to be fighting for that last spot, like in the last bit. But yeah, I think like what I said my plan was before, which I did hold to, was that just to run my own style of race. And I think what's so unique and cool about the classic style is it's high intensity, but it plays to different people's strengths. Like you can tell in the race how to strategize it for yourself based off of what you're good at and like based off of what your competitors are good at. And I feel like Allie is historically like an amazing A front runner, and B she presses those steep like consistent climbs so well, and that to me is like not my strength. But it's like, okay, well, how can I still run to my limit and be in striking distance still to capitalize on where I perceive myself to thrive? And I think my spot is like those technical descents. I just love like kind of letting loose there, and like I feel like I can make up ground and or separate in those moments. And I feel like Anna was just like the most steady across the board. Like maybe didn't press any one part more than either Allie or I, but was so strategic in how she approached each part, like was so even amongst the three components because it was also a mix of just a grind climb, technical descents, plus like a technical climb that wasn't very steep, just kind of like stair stepped through the woods, and on a blasted Allie and I in that moment. So
Interesting.
yeah, it was just like it's just such like a dynamic, intense race, and to be racing that closely for 80 minutes or whatever is like really fun because you never get a break mentally and you're just always like thinking about the next. But I think probably all three of us at one point thought we were for sure gonna win. Like it's like one of those races where you're like, I think I have this in the bag. And then a surprise hits and you're like, "Ugh, what?" So yeah, it was really, really fun racing. And leaves room for like improvement in other areas.
Let me ask you this. So obviously Anna, you and Allie were pretty close, like very close. Like it seemed there was a lot of back and forth. Rena was not too far behind you guys, I think, for a little bit. Did she come in contact at all? It seemed like once kind of the elastic broke, you guys were kind of alone and by yourself, and it took a little bit for the rest of the field to catch. Did you come in contact with any, like with her or anybody else, or was it just you guys?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because two things on that. One, no, I don't remember feeling pressure like hearing her that whole time, but I rewatched Hillary McCloy's like Instagram recap video that she made, and watching it was like, wait, that is different than how I was perceiving it. When
Interesting.
you're in the race, you're like, I don't know, my because I don't look around, especially I think that course is or that style of racing is so hard, and fun in certain ways because it'll open up like the whole first loop is pretty open. So you can see like the ants marching ahead of you, but then you get into the trees on the second loop and it's like, I don't know, you can't see 5 feet in front of you really. So you don't really know where your competitors are or you can't even really hear them. So I have no idea, but watching that video was so interesting because it's like, oh, okay, that's where everyone was, and that's how it shook out behind me or in front of me even. So yeah, I didn't feel her ever in the race, but yeah, I guess she was there.
She
You know,
was
that's what
close,
happens
yeah.
when the field is deep. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And like Courtney too.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
Courtney had ran an amazing race as well. I was really impressed with
yeah.
her. Yeah.
I mean, I knew I'd run with her out here once before and I just knew she was fit. So I'm like, I'm not discounting Courtney. That's the thing is
Yeah.
for the split second where I thought, okay, this is top three, we're pretty locked in, we're set. Like no biggie. It's like, no, no, no.
Yeah, she
You
made
can
up a
never
lot of
like settle with that.
yeah, she made up a lot of ground on you guys because we got through the first lap, and I think it was like maybe we got eyes on you guys maybe near the top, like just before, like when you guys I guess when you come out of the technical climb or as you're coming out of the technical climb, we can kind of gauge like, all right, who's where, and on the second lap, and she was not that far behind. I was very impressed on how much she gained, and yeah, it was cool,
Yeah.
very cool. It was such fun, like it was so much fun to follow along. How does it feel to you to make another team? Is this like dream come true, super exciting? Like where's your head at on this?
Yeah, I'm not sure if we touched on this the last time, but last time I made the uphill only team. And I was still in college, so there wasn't much forethought that went into that. I was just kind of glad I was able to have the fall free to do something more up my alley. But this time it's like this is planned out, this is strategic. Like we said, I don't want to do the ascent.
Yeah.
Like I just want to do the classic. And I want to build my year like including worlds as an A race. So it's exciting this time because I'm actually like locked in and like really putting a lot or want to put a lot into it, which is such a privilege to get to do that and hopefully stay healthy and build towards that. So this is like so much different because I'm like, okay, like shit's real. Like like we're gonna get after this and set myself up. Where last time it was like, the experience. But also on that, it's been cool to like reflect on the past couple days. And it was so fun getting to run with Allie, honestly, in the race. And Anna and I go back to as friends, but Allie was a senior on a junior team that I made.
Okay.
And like we connected really well there. And I was, I think, before college, like I was just turned 18 or still 17. Um, So it's just really cool to like share the team. And I was on a team with her, well, on the team to Thailand with her, but really cool to like share the team with like such legends and someone I look up to and someone that's still like so strong and dominant in the sport. But yeah, so I don't know. There's just like a lot of like really cool elements to making the USA team.
Super cool. You know what's so crazy too? Like I was talking to Mason a little bit earlier, and we both really agreed. Like, dude, the women's team is stacked. Like you guys, yeah, like we're sending a squad. Like it's
Yeah, for the moment I was running with the three of them or the two of them, I'm like, holy cow, this team's gonna be so good.
yeah,
Like
like
this is gnarly. You add Grayson in and it's like,
the Euros
oh,
better be
so
scared.
fun.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
love team racing. So yeah, it's like it's such a cool thing that we don't get to do post college ever is run for your
yeah,
team and run for your country. So
yeah. How does this change anything? I know obviously for Broken Arrow, you're not racing the Ascent. You're going to do the 23K, right?
yeah.
You're still okay. How's recovery going? Are you sore still, or are you pretty much back to it?
Yeah, I think I'm paying the piper a little bit for not having had race trail or like even gotten in too many trail workouts just with the injury being kind of lingering and more recent. So yeah, my body's definitely like, girl, what? Even like the nervous system, I think, because there was like, nerves were accompanying rust busters and there was a lot like kind of unknowns in my head and I didn't know where I was at. So even like the nervous system coming off of that was kind of fritzed. So yeah, the recovery's definitely been a little more intense. And it was like rib down soreness, like in the rib cage, the obliques, like that course and all of trail really, but specifically that course is so brutal on your body if you're not like super prepared or like fully adapted to that. So I'm excited for that stimulus to kick in later, but currently it's still on the comeback. So feeling better today for the first day. The past 2 days have been not the best, but
Oh man,
we're
well, good to hear
coming
you're
back.
good to hear you're on the mend. I got to ask you this: did you fall at all? Like we saw some carnage, man. People were slipping and sliding. Like David Norris lost a shoe and somehow was able to get it back on. Yeah, crazy, right? Like,
Oh, I wish I could have watched that. Yeah, that's so crazy. Those are details you don't have any idea of. The falling, I don't think I fell. I know there was probably like a slip or two where you just kind of like brace and hold something or something like that because that descent, like the descent would have been so much faster and easier if it was just straight down, which the glades were, but then it made these freaking turns. And so you're like trying to corner and the slope is going the wrong direction and you're like on mud trying to place your feet. So probably some few misses, but a fall at that time, you're not even like registering it. I don't think I fell though.
I love how like when you're like, oh, I don't think so. A lot of people have said that. Like, I don't remember doing this or that. I'm like,
You're like so close to falling all the time that you're not sure if you ever did or not.
what? So obviously, these both men's and women's races went out. It looked like stupid fast. You were right up there. Obviously, did it feel comfortable or did it feel uncomfortable? Like, obviously, it looks a little uncomfortable at the front, but you tell me.
Yeah, it felt right on the line. I think exactly what I wanted to do. The only thing that I think got me was just not that like some muscular fatigue towards the top where I was like, glad we're topping out, you know. But that just comes with being slightly like undertrained at the moment for that particular course. So yeah, overall I think I ran that um for me the best I could have, I think. Yeah. I don't know how much I would have changed, but yeah, it was not too bad. It was comfortably uncomfortable.
I like
Yeah.
that. That's a good saying. Comfortably
I
uncomfortable.
feel like that's just all racing is.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's also like, I don't know. I always find it funny. Like I ask the question all the time to everybody. It's like, oh, what's your strategy going into this race? And I think about myself and I'm like, am I going to employ in strategy? Like usually all that shit goes out the window anyway, once you get into the race and you start to feel it out. So it's like, it's a good
Yeah.
talking point, but actually when you get into the race, like it's hard to, you just kind of react more, right? I don't know.
For me, I feel like when the race gets off the track or off the roads or something, like you're kind of just being as uncomfortable as you can for that distance or time. Like it's
Yeah.
such a long race. It's not like you're going to inject like a 300-meter kick at a specific place. It's like, okay, where am I going to be? And you're kind of like reassessing as you go.
Did you hit any low points? Like I talked to some people and they're like, I wanted to drop out the entire time. And it's like, yep, that sounds about right. But like, did you have any points where you're like, yo, like this is crazy? Like, or did you feel pretty just consistent? Like, 'cause like the way you looked at the finish line, along with Allie and Anna, like everybody seemed very poised, very under control, like not too destroyed.
Yeah. I think we talked about this a bit before too. Like, to me, part of the strategy was to not go, over the line where you're all of a sudden out the door. Because, like, there was still the placement on the line. So, I mean, I think that was just part of having to be reserved to, like, secure the spot. I think that was one race where I was neither having fun or not fun the whole time.
Okay.
Like, I love the races when you're just feeling good and you're like, this is so fun. I'm, like, loving every minute. For like a while. I don't think I ever had that during that race, but it was still like there was never also the super low where you're like, I don't think I'm gonna get to the line. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna finish. So I would say like resided in that kind of mental middle ground, whereas like I want this to be done, but I'm not in need of it to be done. So yeah, I guess I don't know. No to needing to drop out at any point or like mental lows. It was just like, I got to get through this.
Yeah. No, I love it. Super cool. All right. Well, I think we got just about everything. I'm trying to think if there's anything I didn't ask you. I mean, as far as like where you're at now, as far as the build for Broken Arrow, are you going to do anything in between or just kind of get back to training and just build for that?
Yeah, just keep training. That was one thought that I think was like more positive than negative, but it sounds really negative. But like during the race, I'm like, wow, I can't wait to like build off of this. Like
Yeah.
I see where I'm at now and I feel where I'm at and I feel like I know what I'm capable of. And it's like, oh, okay, I'm not here now, but I'm excited to keep building. So yeah, it's just build, build, build. Pretty much Broken Arrow is not even like in the A range for me as a race. It's like, cool, another training stimulus, race people, get more races under my belt. Like, it's all building till September and October.
Yeah. And I mean, I feel like I guess August, September, October, like that block between, what is it, Series and All is right around there as well. And yeah, and then Worlds. Ooh, Worlds is gonna be so much fun. I can't wait to.
It's going to be great. Yeah.
So, well, listen, congratulations. I'm so excited for you. Like I said, we're sending a stout American team. So it's super cool to have you on it. And yeah, we'll be in touch. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm super pumped. Yeah.
Cool. Well, listen, I'll get this out. This is going to come out Friday. I'm going to try to get everybody out there at once as long as I can kind of coordinate interviews. So thank you so much.
Sweet. Yeah. Thank you for doing all this.
Yeah. And congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. Have a great day. See you.
You too.
Bye.
Listen up, guys. The Steep Stuff podcast is brought to you by Ultimate Direction USA. Guys, I am so excited. UD just dropped their new Race Vest 6-liter and Ultra Vest 12-liter in 2 beautiful aesthetic colors. You guys got to check these new vests out. They're dynamic in ways like that you just have never seen from an Ultimate Direction vest. Very stretchy, lots of storage, beautiful aesthetic colorways coming to you in a new, like a white and blue and an onyx and green. Just absolutely beautiful vests. I think these ones are just like some of the best products we've ever dropped, and I'm so excited for you guys to try them out. Hop on ultimatedirection.com and use code SteepStuffPod. Again, that's SteepStuffPod for 25% off your new vest. I mean, they're already affordably priced, but 25% off is just going to make it so much more affordable for folks in an already increasingly expensive trail running environment. So hop on ultimatedirection.com, get yourself a new vest, a pack, or any hydration solution, and let me know what you guys think.